So Joel Embiid is injured, and his Philadelphia 76ers put out the worst team in the history of maybe the worst starting five in the history of basketball. Like, this honestly makes... Oh, actually, no, that Knicks one was pretty bad. The Knicks one was pretty bad. But, like, most of the time when teams are starting these absolute awful squads, they're doing it because it's the end of the season, or they're tanking, or something. But the Philadelphia 76ers aren't tanking. They're trying to win. The Sixers put out, honestly, what could be on paper the worst team I've ever seen. Because, yeah, some of these guys aren't bad. They started Kelly Oubre. I don't hate Kelly Oubre. Council the Fourth. Like, I have watched the Sixers play at times this season. Again, I haven't sat down and watched, like, too much of the Sixers. I have Council Ivy, Ricky Council the Fourth. Like, I haven't watched them play every single game. I did not know who Ricky Council was. Like, he played 31 games. He's shooting 40% of the field, 25% from three. And he's obviously been on the court when I've been kind of doing some work and watching games on the side. It's a lot of times I do, so I'm not watching games like that intensively. But, like, Ricky Council the Fourth started. Yabusele has been playing center all season. Yabusele was literally... Did Yabusele... He was playing for Real Madrid last year. Like, I don't even think... Did he start for Real Madrid last year? I want to see. I want to know. Because he didn't start at the Olympics for France. Or did he? Maybe by the end he was starting. But he was playing 20 minutes a game in EuroLeague last year. The man was playing 20 minutes a game in EuroLeague. He was playing 20 minutes a game while averaging 9 points per game at EuroLeague. He was a 9-point per game scorer. And look, Yabusele did great at the Olympics. And I actually think Yabusele's been pretty good this year. Like, I actually think he's been okay. But, like, still. Then, Eric Gordon. What age? Is he 40? Like, I know Eric Gordon was super duper hyped. He is, what, 30? He's 36 years old. This is a 36-year-old, 40% shooting from the field, Eric Gordon. And, like, look, I hate the fact that I'm old enough to remember high school and college Eric Gordon when he was meant to be that up next. I remember when, he was the marquee piece that got the New Orleans Hornets at the time, not the New Orleans Hornets, got the Clippers for the Hornets that got the Clippers, Chris Paul. So, the marquee piece that the Hornets got in the Chris Paul trade. The New Orleans Hornets at the time. I remember when he was this young player. He's 36. And Reggie Jackson. What year are we in? Genuinely, what year are we in? If Reggie Jackson... Like, is he even... How many more famous... Like, he's not even the most famous Reggie Jackson. He's 30... Reggie Jackson's about to turn 35. This is a guy who relied on athleticism who was really freaking good for the Thunder a decade ago. This is the starting lineup. Your best player is Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre. No Tyrese Maxey. No playoff P. Or podcast P, sorry. He says so many nicknames, but at this stage, he's just podcast P. Like, he's just podcast P. Like, the fact that I had to, like, I looked at some highlights and I'm like, I can't believe I'm watching highlights and this is the 5. Like, just for put myself through that, if you guys could subscribe, we greatly appreciate it. We're trying to hit 9.15 subscribers by the end of the day. But still, like, we have got, like, and it's not like they played a bad team. They played the Oklahoma City Thunder. They played the Thunder. They were down like 20 points in the first quarter. It was bad. It was real bad. And Shea, in fairness, Shea did only drop 32, but that's Shea. Give him like between 28 and 37 points. That's every single game from Shea. Like, Shea was just chilling. He wasn't doing anything too crazy. Like, he was just playing. Like, the Oklahoma City Thunder were in second gear for an entire game. And they still managed to win by near 20. After and I get it, at least the Sixers brought it back in the third. But, like, what is happening? And the worst part is like, do they just sit Embiid for the season? Like, do the Sixers just sit Embiid for the entirety of the season? Because at this stage, they might have to. They legitimately might have to sit Joel Embiid for the season. Because if they don't sit Joel Embiid for the season, then what happens? They're guaranteed to lose their draft pick. Like, I don't know when Joel Embiid's going to be back. I don't know when Paul George is going to care more about basketball, when he's going to stop feeling bored. Like, the fact is that your best player, his knees are done. Your second best player is Tyrese Maxey. Not going to say anything about Tyrese Maxey. Your third best player, literally, while your team is, 15? Are they 15 and 23? While your team is 15 and, I think they were 15 and maybe 22 at the time. Or 15 and 21. Is talking about how bored he is playing basketball. Your third best player is talking about how bored he is. You have given a max contract player to a guy averaging 16 points per game on 40% shooting, who is talking about how bored he is playing the sport of basketball. Like, it's over, Daryl Morey. It's over. Like, the facade is done. Like, you got lucky in Houston that you signed Mike D'Antoni. You got lucky. You were smart, whoever it was, you were smart when in like putting in the Rio Grande Valley Vipers only threes and layups tactic in the NBA. If you guys don't know, that's where it came from. It came from the G League team. You were smart doing that, Daryl Morey. But in the year of our Lord 2024 or 2025, Jesus, 2025 this stage, man, I'm almost 30. But with that, like, they're screwed. Like, they're screwed. Like, they didn't cash in. To be fair, they got Harden for Simmons. I'm not going to complain too much about that. But then they got nothing for Harden. They are... It's a struggle, man. It is a big time struggle for the Sixers. And I don't know what they can do. Like, they have to... They can't... They're handicapped because they're paying Paul George. I'm like, do they have to go and sell or trade Embiid? And I don't know what you can get for Joel Embiid. I said it in December and people said it was overreacting. Like, it is better to be proactive than reactive in sports as a front office. And the fact is that there might have been, when Embiid had a couple of good games, there might have been some market with Joel Embiid. There's a dumb franchise somewhere that was willing to take Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's body's let him down. He's got about, unless he goes to a Bill Walton role where he's a 15-minute-a-game bench player, Joel Embiid has barely, and I mean, he might not have 3 more years left as a starter. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Sixers fans, I'm sorry, you guys really, really suck. See you guys.